If I look like I've been going crazy, the answer is I have. Because not only have I had to play a priest deck, I've had to play an aggro priest deck. Why do you guys make me do this? I cannot tell you how many decks that I have played. I've played everything from combo Demon Hunter to now aggro Priest to trying to figure out if Rogue is ever gonna not be the worst class on HSReplay. So go ahead and hit that sub button because we are going to be talking about some more interesting decks, even though the meta has pretty much solidified itself, and I believe that there are some decks that maybe should be toned down, but we're not going to be talking about what should be toned down in this video unless you want Priest to be nerfed, because right now it is sitting at the number 6 slot. Death Knight, Hunter, Paladin, Priest, and Druid were kind of doing some Hearthstone musical chairs not too long ago, but now that Shaman has effectively become the best class in the game, and as you can tell, it is on its way to become the best class on HSReplay, a lot of the meta has kind of warped around. Can we beat Shaman? And if we can't beat Shaman, can we beat potentially Elemental Mage and Death Knight? Because these are the most popular decks in the game right now. So let's take a look at what's going on under the hood, because if you've checked out the meta in like the past 3 days, it pretty much has stayed the same. Shaman has been on top of every single rank bracket, and it's just not even a joke. It has so many different decks that are playable. If you are a Shaman player, you are eating like royalty right now. Whereas if you want to play Priest and if you want to play the best deck, you're pretty much playing Zarimi Priest, and the rest of the meta is exactly as you would think, with like Elemental Mage still seeing play, Razzle Dazzle Death Knight still being extremely consistent and powerful, as well as Pipsy Paladin, Egg Hunter, and some, you know, occasional mana ramp druids that are still around, sometimes scamming games. Because right now, we are in a pretty much a scam meta. Whether or not you are scamming people with an early game burst combo, you know, an OTK where you have all the in-hand damage that you could ask for, or if you're effectively scamming your opponent out of the win because you are gaining a crap ton of armor and your opponent has no way of being able to kill you. Or you're playing Odin Warrior, where you're effectively doing almost every single one of those things. But yeah, Diamond through Legend, this is pretty much what you're going to be expecting. While at Legend, it doesn't really change all too much. Zarimi Priest and Elemental Mage make their way into Tier 1 according to HSReplay, but everything else is exactly as you would expect. There's not really a whole lot going on here, and that's why I'm not even really going to talk about every single deck here. Except Highlander Priest being at the bottom, hell yeah, that makes me happy. But continuing on into top 1000 Legend on HSReplay, Rainbow Shaman, Cole's Priest is like a new deck that's kind of emerging that we might be testing here in the next couple of days, but there's not really anything else that's really evolving on top of that, because the only change that you're really seeing is this Priest that we really don't know what's going on with. So looking at the decks that are currently available on HSReplay for Priest, we are mostly going to be looking at what is happening with a card called Anchorite. But if we take a look at the Priest decks that people are playing, there's the Zarimi Priest that we've already talked about. There is the Cole's Priest, which I believe is all in trying to make Thirsty Drifters, Sauna regulars, and just like, you know, playing aggro, removing the board with like Nightshade Teas. We'll take a look at this deck in the future if I can get some good clips with it. It's kind of like an aggro tempo Priest with some overheal mechanics that make it seem pretty decent to run like the Thirsty Drifters and the regulars. But the main highlight of today's video is going to be all about Anchorite, a 3-mana 2/4 Draenei. Whenever a minion is overhealed, give that much extra health. So the whole point of this deck is to literally make the stickiest board that you possibly can, and there's a lot of different archetypes that people have been trying to make with this particular card. So Aggro Priest, or Fishing Priest according to HSReplay, has been very popular, and there's a lot of different deck lists that people have experimenting with. And we're going to be looking at one deck in particular, and I'm going to suggest 2 lists that kind of make sense, although there's a lot of people that are kind of taking out like one card from the list, which is why you're seeing a bunch of different ideas here. It's not like, you know, there's a lot of different ideas with this deck. It's just tech cards and trying to figure out the perfect 30, which is why you're seeing all of these lists. But let's take a look at the actual Mulligan here real quick, just to give you guys an idea before we take a look at HSGuru, because this entire deck is so dependent on its early game curve to where you really need to mulligan for the most important cards, being your Crimson Clergy, your Funnel Cakes, your Overzealous Healers, and there's a most important win condition is your Crazed Alchemist, which is why, for some reason, a lot of people like to keep this card, even though it may not be the best thing to do. But according to the kept stats, decks, the most common cards that you keep are your Crimson Clergies, your your Overzealous Healer. You want to keep Instrument Tech in order to draw Trusty Fishing Rod, which honestly, I'm not even sure if Instrument Tech deserves a spot in here, but we'll take a more of a closer look at this once we analyze the deck itself. But the cards that you really want to mulligan for are going to be your Crimson Clergies and your Funnel Cakes, because this is kind of just another priest deck that's very all in on the miracle aspect of it. But now that we've taken a look at this, you guys can always reference this after we talk about the deck. And if you take a look at HSReplay, it's pretty much the exact same thing that you would expect. Asteroid Shaman, Buttons DK, there's a couple of Starship decks that aren't even really Starship decks because they're just armor decks. You have Big Spell Mage, Burn Shaman, Mech Warrior. You have exactly what you would expect, and unless you really start to like scroll down the options here, there's really not a lot of new archetypes that are being able to shine because they are just being completely overshadowed by these old archetypes that are just way too good. And if we take a look under the hood, you see exactly what I'm talking about. Nostalgia Shaman, Zarimi Priest, Buttons DK, Elemental Mage being the only new deck for a while until you finally get to like until you get to like spell damage Shaman, you get to Pain Priest, which is pretty decent, and then finally when you scroll down here, you finally have Anchorite Priest sitting at a 1% popularity, barely at a 50% win rate. And if you decide to go up higher, you can see that the deck can survive top Legend. It's got above a 50% at Legend, which means you could easily try to climb with this deck, but it's kind of a deck that is all in on doing its thing. And if it doesn't work out, as you can see at top 1000 Legend, it starts to just get a little bit worse, but it's still a deck that takes a lot of people off guard. So yeah, that's the one thing that I think is really interesting about this deck in particular. So let's actually take a look at the list itself, because I feel like there's a lot of different ways of being able to build it, but we have two different decks that we're going to look at so we can kind of get an idea of how exactly we should play this archetype. So in case you do not automatically see what the win condition of this deck is, especially after taking a look at the Mulligan breakdown, it's Crazed Alchemist, actually. It's kind of insane. Crazed Alchemist seeing play in 2024, I did not have that on my bingo book, because the whole point of this deck is to play the Anchorite in order to give your minions a ridiculous amount of HP, so that way you can play Crazed Alchemist on those minions, and then just unga bunga for a bunch of damage. Now, there is an argument on whether or not you want one Crazed Alchemist, two Crazed Alchemists. Something else to keep in mind is that Chillin' Vol'jin can essentially act as a second Alchemist as well, and since you have to run this card in order to get the hunter cards in this deck, like the Pet Parrot, for example, which we'll talk about here in a moment, it just makes sense to where there are some people that are deciding to cut the Crazed Alchemist and put in cards like Amen Thule, for example, which does, make a little bit of sense, and which is why we saw so many lists on HSReplay, because this is what people are doing. They're taking out like one or two cards, putting in like, a big boy, and trying to figure out just how consistent some of these win conditions are. But for the sake of transparency, this is the exact 30 that we were playing in the deck guide ahead, and I think that this is a pretty solid list. There's only one other card that I feel like we might need to talk about, and we'll get to that here in a second once we take a look at the other list. But the whole point of this deck is to essentially play Overzealous Healer and then play Orbital Halo on turn 1, because Orbital Halo is one of the reasons why this Tempo Priest is becoming so popular, because the idea of giving a 2/1 buff and Divine Shield to essentially any minion as early as turn 1 is very, very crucial. You essentially have a Yeti with Divine Shield, which is insane to talk about. Like, just hit face every single turn. Turn 1 Yeti literally lives on in this deck. But you also have cards like Pet Parrot in order to replay the Overhealed Zealots. You also have the Funnel Cake and the Fan Club and the Crimson Clergy. So there's a lot of 1-drops that you want to duplicate with this particular deck, which is the reason why that we have the Chillin' Vol'jin in here with the inclusion of the Trusty Fishing Rod. So we have all the hunter cards that we could possibly ask for. We also have Bird Watching in this deck as well, which does make sense because you want to try and, play a bunch of minions. You have other copies that you can generate if you decide to run cards like the Power Chord Synchronize, for example, which some other decks do tend to run, but I'm not really too sure how much you really want this card into the deck, because you're not really playing automatons. I feel like if you really cared about, summoning a bunch of the same minion, then maybe you should just fit it in automaton. But there's one other list that I want to take a look at, because I think it might be a little bit better. And unfortunately, I don't have any games with this particular list, but the only reason why I want to showcase it is because I really do believe that the inclusion of ambient light spawn should not be something that you should sleep on. This is a card to where if you have your tempo and if you have your curve and you don't just automatically win with like an insane crazed alchemist after turn 3 Anchorite coin funnel cake nonsense, which is something that I have done, but if you could somehow have this curve to where you just end up playing a bunch of minions and you play this as a finale and overheal, it's just this card can quickly get out of control to where if you play it on turn 4 and save coin and funnel cake and have minions on the field, it might just be GG on the spot if your opponent cannot clear the board. So I am going to recommend that you guys try out this list because it also runs 1 copy of Royal Librarian, which kind of makes sense if you think about it. It's an aggro deck that just wants to hit face, and if you have a taunt in the way, I just want to play Royal Librarian into Crazed Alchemist and hopefully have that combo ready to go. So I would recommend this over the list that you're going to be seeing in the game clips coming up ahead, but I would actually argue this deck's actually a little bit fun. As there's a dog barking outside if you guys can't hear, because he thinks it's also a lot of fun. So if you like this kind of content, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel, because we still have a lot of new decks to show you before the inevitable balance patch that might be coming out in a couple of days. So thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this deck breakdown, and we'll see you for the next video. Okay, I don't even know what I'm supposed to keep in this deck. I mean, I'm supposed to keep this, right? Keep Clergy, keep Overzealous Healer, keep the Hidden Gem. I don't think I want to keep this because, like, 3-drops are expensive and I need early game, right? Like, that's a card where if I draw into it, it's a really good top end, right? Because I could do this, get another one, play this to maybe get the Anchorite. Any DK that isn't Rainbow is a good day. Hey, don't you dare hate on my Rainbow DK. We were having fun with Rainbow DK yesterday. Are you just gonna do nothing? Playing priest. I mean, hey man, we're trying to play an interesting priest, but my opponent's being less interesting by roping me. Wait, that was an intentional full rope, sir. Excuse me? That was an intentional full rope. Aggro priest, ugh. Give me one priest archetype that doesn't make you mad, because it doesn't exist. Thank you for the reminder, XND. Oh my god, dude. Wait a minute, this is insane. Dude, this is actually degenerate. Velen Priest, Baron's Priest? Dude, get him out of here. Baron's Priest was fun to you? Are you... Okay, Satan, calm down. Velen Priest, Galakron Priest, you're all literally the worst human beings that have ever played this game. Because y'all enjoy Priest. I can't imagine y'all. Imagine explaining to your mother playing Priest. And see what she has to say about it. Okay, oh my lord. I think we just wait until next turn because there's no reason to start this now. Okay, we're about to find out just how good this is. Oh my god. We literally have 8 cards we're drawing next turn. Y'all, what southern state you from? Excuse me, sir, but I'm from Indiana. Okay. Do we just full send it? I'm just doing this, bro. This is actually crazy. I don't care about funnel cakes. I just want the card draw and I want the overheal. We got the Crazed Alchemist, baby. Give me the other Crazed Alchemist. Wait, no, where are you going? Where are you going? Don't you want to see my Crazed Alchemist? That was dumb. Yeah, I think I figured out the Mulligan. Mulligan for Clergy, for Overzealous Healer. Wait, what's this draw? Oh, this draws the healer, doesn't it? This into the, oh dude, it works so perfectly. I feel like I'm supposed to keep this, but I'm not playing it on turn 1. We'll keep this hand. This might be wrong, but I like the idea of keeping the draw card, the card that could maybe give me more draws, or oh my god, dude, let's go. You know?
We have a problem.
Tempo. What do you do with the Alchemist? I think it's pretty self-explanatory. You make a big HP minion and you bamboozle your opponent by playing it when they least expect it. Well then. I guess we're just gonna go ahead and do the draw thing. I think I even go as far as to play this. Nah. You have 2, why not? Because the double draw is infinitely better than drawing 1. The double draw makes people concede, like that last game.
You could use a scream.
It's a trap!
So this into this into this restores this. Play this restores more.
Brave blood.
Nothing a little cloth can't fix.
Keep going, boys! Wait, it doesn't work for himself? Oh, it's another minion, that's why. I don't think I care about the healer, right? I just want this, yeah. Alright. Not bad. But yeah, this deck seems to work. Honestly, the Zilliax surviving is so huge here. Dude, this is just so sticky. My god, it's so sticky. I mean, he needs like a Threads of Despair. Yeah, dude, it's Tempo Priest. Honest to God, Tempo Priest. The Anchorites would buff the other Anchorites because it doesn't say but whenever another minion besides this one. It's just another minion. So if you had both of these, they would be covering for each other. But then you would all wait. But can this stack? Wait. If I have 2 of these and then I play a funnel cake, do I give a minion +6? How does that work? Lethal.
I should have taken a vacation ages ago.
Whew. As it turns out, this deck might be good. And this is also another deck in my video, man. I'm missing one of the most important. Yeah, the Crazed Alchemist, dude. I'm missing the Crazed Alchemist. Why can't I get an Alchemist combo yet? The one that gives you your last Draenei? So you get another copy of the Anchor? I mean, I don't think it's necessary. I think I found Pirate Demon Hunter 2.0. Keep it as far away from me as possible. Nah, I'm kidding. Throw it my way. What is it? How good is it? Should we be concerned?
Oh, it's healing. I have healing.
Yeah, I guess it does just make the weapon way worse. That's one reason not to run it. I'm playing more than 6 Anchorites in a game. But that's the point, though. Do you need 6 of them? I think the answer to that is no.
To perfection.
All right, maybe doing this curve is not a good idea. I mean, it's kind of a 50-50 on the cards that I want. I wanted to hit the healer, and then I wanted to hit clergy. So maybe I'm just supposed to play this and then not like actually attack with it, but that feels bad. I'll always just high roll. I choose to high roll. I told you guys, I just choose to high roll. I'm just built different. What can I say? No tax on tips going to work on Twitch. Let's hope. Wait, what? Why are we talking about taxing my tips? That already happens to a bunch of other people. All right, hold on. So there's the clergy. We have this.
little cloth can't fix.
Everyone, stay in sync.
So now we just never leave the board unless he has that combo, right?
Don't break it.
Yeah, dude, Dreamboat value. Dreamboat's so good. Hi there, Doggo.
I am the flaming heart.
I think Doggo needs to go outside after this one. Wait, the board lived. I can't develop anything onto the board. Wait, no, yes I can. What am I talking about?
You will never die. Don't break it. Oh.
Be gone, abomination.
You'll need rest.
Be gone.
Alright, unless we get OTK, we're fine, right? Because now I just have double Alchemist out of nowhere. Oh, this is so poetic, dude. Crazed Alchemist just, his stonks went up tremendously. Oh, man. I don't need the double Alchemist, but one is good enough.
Love my new
I guess we technically could have made it a little bit larger, but we'll just take it, right? I don't know why this is so funny, but it's like, what else did you expect? Did they really expect anything else to happen with that kind of card? Like, I don't know, dude. Maybe I shouldn't be laughing, but it's just humorous to me. But welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have more aggro priest gameplay to see if this deck can do anything more than what we have been doing with it. But I'd be willing to bet it probably can't. This is just what the deck does, and if it can't do this, then what are you doing? By the way, if this is the first time you've listened to this band, Haken. Every single time they come up, we give them a huge shout out. Because this band is just insanely talented.
I have healing.
At this part right here, if you love this kind of music, pay attention. Because this is where the song gets crazy, in my opinion. Oh my god, he's just doing... Wait, hold on a minute. Why are you going so hard here? Oh, baby. Go ahead. Admit it. That's the coolest musical breakdown that you've heard all day today. It's okay to admit it.
Light sing, light and the impure fall. And the impure fall.
Alright, so we're gonna do it this way in order to make sure that we draw some cards. There was an argument to wait until we had this ready to go, but I didn't like the idea of just doing nothing on this turn. We're also up against a rogue, so it's like, we defeat them on the board, they literally can't stop us. I'm not sure if that's true, I just came back to talk about how good Polyphia is. Okay, Polyphia is insane, but I would actually put these guys in like the same tier as Polyphia. They just have a different style than Polyphia. Polyphia likes to throw as many notes as they could throw in there. I haven't listened to them enough. Listen, okay, hold on, I got another song. I always play this because I love this song. All right, this next song, if it doesn't sell you on the band, nothing will. Also, this game is omega over, dude. Wait, hold on a minute. This can't be lethal, can it?
Everyone, stay in sync.
Oh my dear lord. I should have traded this away, dude.
Be gone.
I mean, dude, as a rogue, what are you gonna do? This is turn 4. Dude, Dude, this expansion really has turned the game into Battlegrounds. There's just no other way to put it. This is just Battlegrounds-like gameplay. Wait, could I have played the Orbital Halo and I chose not to?
I did.
Yeah, imagine Inner Fire. I don't. And Inner Fire is actually, I'm not, okay. Hearthstone history. Inner Fire, 1 mana card that turns the attack of your minion equal to its health. Literally the Patient Zero Priest card that made me hate the class. I despised Inner Fire, oh god, what's the other one? What's the double card? Divine Spirit! It's Divine Spirit, yes! I purged it from my brain and now it's come back and I hate it. Okay, I don't think I want to keep both clergies because then it makes the weapon worse. Yo, Blue coming in with the 11 months. Hey man, don't you worry. Everybody's a bit better after a beer, you know what I mean? I'll tell you right now, dude. I was a bit irritable on my last stream, and that's because I had a couple of beers before starting the stream. And like when I'm feeling good, I'm feeling really good. But when I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling really bad, which is why I don't drink all the time. You gotta drink when you got the right mentality for it. But thank you for the 11 months. We will see you next month for a full year, dude. Full year is gonna get crazy, especially with the decks that we've been playing.
Who needs healing? I have healing.
Okay, so we have this into this at least. Who's my favorite hero portraits? Honestly, the portraits that I play are my favorite hero portraits. I don't really change my portraits a lot.
You will never die. Who needs healing?
Oh, I love this group so fucking much, dude. There's no reason to tempo the birds watching, but there is a reason to heal this.
Oh, pull out. Sorry. Oh, pull out. Sorry.
Should have taken a vacation ages ago.
TempoKIng. Might have to do with the throwing 20 games yesterday too. I mean, there was that, but like I was actively conceding. It's not that I cared about the outcome of the game. I mean, it's not that I cared about winning or losing. I just cared about whether the game was fun. And yesterday we did have some, you know, some rough times. Oh boy! Oh, tempo! Oh, tempo! All the tempo!
You will never.
We're not letting up the board. He's got to kill the 2/4, otherwise more tempo. Ah, damn it, he killed it. Ruiner of fun. The fun police have arrived. Oh my god, the fun police are here, bro. Ooh.
Light sings, and the impure fall. Light sings,
All right,
and the
just go full tempo. If he ends up doing like a solar flare clear, we might be a little bit screwed. Isn't every police the fun police? Not when they're strippers. Excuse me. You seem to be missing that very key demographic of policemen and women. There are the strippers that dress as police, and those are okay.
To perfection.
Okay, so this gets a 3/3 or a clergy. God, yeah, God bless America. Very appropriate timing on that. Oh, yo, hidden gem, let's go. That's actually huge. I don't think, okay, this is 11 damage. There is no way he's gonna be able to stop me, right? Like, I just have to go face. Yeah, because we have the healing. We get another card draw, we stay on the board. We just need to make sure we end this game next turn. Yeah, never I mean, dude, we are literally an aggro deck. Yeah, trading is just bad idea. Like, this guy can go the distance. Oh my god, he had double solar flare? Are you kidding me, bro? That's actually the only way he keeps this going. Oh, that is actually maddening. All right. You wanna dance? Let's dance.
light sings, and the impure fall.
I need the card draw.
Velen, we have a problem.
Velen, we got a problem. Because now I don't have another Draenei I can get if I get a spell, bro. Oh my god. Oh, we're low rolling. No, dude. Come on, don't let the double solar flare win the game, man. They always have double flare when you... Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like Nature Shaman, dude. It's literally Nature Shaman. Tempo is tempo. Don't draw the 1-drop. Okay, that's really good. We have one more push that we can make.
I have healing.
We do have healing. We have healing. Okay, Crazed Alchemist. He's running out of gas. Oh no. Wait, no, they don't have spell damage. I have nothing to worry about. TempoKING, baby. Oh, buddy. All right. Which one is worse? Elemental Mage or literally any priest deck being viable? I think you guys are smart enough to know which one I go for. Which one I would purge immediately if given the chance.